Let's see if audio is working. I am live as of right now. Gotta wait for a second. See if my audio is coming through at all. Hopefully it is. I'm gonna kind of wait a sec till I get someone in here to get going. In case y'all can't hear me. I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's okay. Because I see the readout. It says it's connected. It looks like it is. I assume it's connected. Hold on. All right. That sound good? I'm gonna do my mic check. So if you hear a little muffle, hear that? Nope. Can you hear me? Nope. Here, let me see. But can you hear the mic? No. Okay, I'm gonna unplug it. Okay, I'm gonna unplug it. I'm gonna do. All right. Does that sound better? Mic check. So can you hear me with this mic? Can you hear me? Can you hear me tapping the mic? There is a delay. Okay.
Yeah, there is.
So, give me a sec. Let me see. I'm gonna unplug it again. But at least there's actual audio this time. Plug it in again. Okay. I think it's working now. So does this sound good?
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good. Yes. Good to go. Yep.
All right. So, mic is working, I think officially. It takes like 20 different tries, but we're finally going to get going. All right. Thank you for my sound engineer, my mother, for looking it over. So, microphone should be working, should be fine. Hopefully we won't lose audio on this. So, back again. Another week, another live stream. Hopefully everything works out, but whew, what a time, what a week. So I think it's just my microphone, whatever, like my plug-in thing that goes to the actual adapter to the mic. just doesn't work. And for the other person here in the live stream, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me loud and clear. If you're here on the live stream, give me a thumbs up in the chat. I'd appreciate it just for me to confirm that you can hear me through the microphone, or just hear me at all, because whatever it is, it's whatever it is. So, and if that second person in the live stream doesn't want to do that, that's fine. But if you can hear me loud and clear, give me a thumbs up in the chat. All right. But if I'm coming through, we're going to start talking about all my stuff. So, as always, I'm Justin, the Zilla. Another Friday night live stream, another week, another Friday to talk about toys. Showing everything off. Here, mainly, kind of little update. Nothing updated much for the wall. The wall's all the same. Same old figures going on there. So, nothing different here. Main thing that has happened is my Street Fighter shelf that that was over my window on the wall. That fell. That fell last night. Thankfully, I didn't have any of the figures on there, but gotta get more command strips for sure. Gotta get stronger ones because the ones that actually come packed in with those actually just aren't enough anymore. They're just they're just a whole hassle. So, not too much there. So yeah, just been busy. Life's been lifing. Work's been working. Yeah, I guess I'll kind of just get into it. We'll get into our weekly pickups first of all. So, yeah. First thing, went over to, what was it, Target. Was the first thing, kind of over last weekend. Of course, it's during the weekend that I'm actually buying figures and doing stuff, because that's kind of the only free time I really have nowadays. But picked up. Okay, first I'll show him off because we are going to be looking at him today. Did pick up the Masters of the Universe Chronicles movie Battle Cat figure. Was not kind of actually expecting to find this. But I spotted on the way out of the actual, like, the toy, the action figure aisle where, where you have Marvel and your DC and all those and all the wrestling and Ninja Turtles and Sonic and Mario and Jurassic Park and stuff. So kind of like getting away from that, I spotted they had the whole display for all the He-Man stuff. They had a lot of the 4-inch figures, the more kind of the more specifically the kids. Not very much towards collectors, but at the bottom they did have Battle Cat from the Chronicles line, and based on all the reviews and videos I've seen, I just couldn't pass up. He just looks so good. Can't wait to get him open, so we'll get into more detail on him later, but picked him up on that day, and then went over to my local GameStop, which is literally just down the road. It's part of the same kind of like shopping strip there. They finally had the Five Nights at Freddy's Endo set, where you get Bonnie, from the first game, and then also have the withered Bonnie parts, from FNAF 2. So, definitely look forward to doing this as a future stream. Definitely, hopefully at some point in the future. It was the only one. I do see he does have a bit of paint mishaps there with on the black nose, but in any case, pretty good. Look forward to it. Definitely need to get the rest. Need to add, I need to at least complete the main 4. So we got Chica and Foxy. You just gotta, and they might just stay just in their game 1 designs, because I think I probably prefer it more, even though I do love the actual, the withered looks there are pretty cool. So, in due time, we'll get to it. But it's a cool little thing. Gotta complete this set at some point. And then, I forget if it was the same day or it might have been day after or day before. No, it was definitely, no, probably, maybe same day. I think it was probably same day. But went over to Walmart, getting groceries, getting stuff there. But they had, surprisingly, the new Marvel Legends Secret Wars wave here. Got about half of them. Well, did get half of them there. So first off, got Magic, character that I've had on the shelf for a while in her more, I would say her more iconic costume, where she has like the crown kind of thing, thing in the back, but this is more of like her, I think this is more of like her, I don't know if it's X-Force or whatever they call this team that has the all black and yellow, but kind of like the classic, kind of an X-Men look there. But she looks really cool. Can't wait to see what she's like. I have seen like certain things about how, like how the metal arm specifically is kind of gummy. Kind of no surprise there, but she looks great. So definitely can't wait to open up her at some point. And then, of course, had to get Constrictor. Definitely a major upgrade compared to the original one that they've did like over like 10 years ago. But really cool figure. And the lines are actually pretty clean on here. You don't really expect that too much. So kind of nice to see. So definitely expect to see these guys sooner than later. Love the Secret Wars packaging and getting as many of these, because I think I literally have almost every figure from this wave or from this Marvel Legends series, from what I remember. I don't think, I don't think I have everything, but I might, because I'm pretty close to it. So yeah, Constrictor, cool new villain. Need more upgrades of villains of like of that more traditional older kind, and then had to get Falcon. Of course, Falcon was kind of like one of the ones that I needed to get, so cool to finally get a classic Falcon for the main Avengers, for the main Avengers display. Definitely kind of the plan to get him on there and replace the more modern one. So yeah, really cool, really cool. And then already have, that I know I've mentioned this before, but Walmart also did have the whole wave there, but I left Daredevil, Spider-Man, and Absorbing Man there. Spider-Man and Absorbing Man, those are like the two that I'm like, will I really get those? I'm not sure. Absorbing Man, if anything, would probably be the one of the two that I would get. Spider-Man, I'm kind of like, it's not needed. For me personally, I love Spider-Man, as y'all know. I literally have a whole shelf just for Spider-Man. But I'm just like, right now, I just don't need it. It's not something, it's not like a super unique thing. Like, it's cool that he has like the alien suit is like grabbing onto him and like slowly kind of like taking over, of like just starting. But as it is, gotta just see. And then Absorbing Man doesn't really have anything to show off his absorbing powers. He's just pretty plain Jane, but I have seen that people have been swapping parts with the old, the Build-A-Figure, with the arms, and those seem pretty clean, so maybe, but I wouldn't mind just waiting and then just getting a more deluxe release. And then, of course, Daredevil also had him there, but I have him on pre-order, so he should be coming out hopefully sometime this month, and I'd rather just wait until my pre-order gets here, because honestly, I'm in no rush to be looking at all these guys, and then trying to think what specifically I would stream all together. Of course, I'd probably do, I don't know, probably maybe do Falcon and Constrictor together, and then do, I don't know if I would do Daredevil and Magic together. That's not a good pair, really. It doesn't really make sense for those. Maybe I'll just get like Absorbing Man and do him and Constrictor, and then do Falcon, Daredevil, and Magic together. And then if I get Spider-Man, I'll probably just open him myself and not do a stream of him, or I don't know. At least like with Falcon, like okay. Falcon and Daredevil are are the two that I want to do a live stream on for sure. But I don't know if I can pair them up with anything that's pretty good for their characters and what's going on there. So we'll kind of see. But again, I do want to double check. If y'all here, if you can use the live chat, it should be either at the bottom, or if you scroll through like the little thing on your phone and it says like chat or like live chat, leave a thumbs up in the live chat, or leave a thumbs up on the video if the audio is working. At least so far from what I'm seeing, it looks like it is. I'm not touching anything. I'm not messing with anything. If it's there, if it's working, please let me know. I appreciate the feedback. Okay. But yeah, Falcon, main one, and Daredevil. Can't wait to get that Daredevil. It looks pretty good, and be interesting to see. Well, probably I'll probably do Daredevil by himself, to be honest, and then maybe do these three together, where it's Falcon, Constrictor, and Magic. And I like how they have to specify it's a Marvel's Falcon, and then Marvel's Magic. But then you have like Daredevil, Constrictor, and Absorbing Man are all, and Spider-Man are more just like, no, they're not just Marvel. Like they are just those things. Like you don't have to specify that they're Marvel's specific IP or versions of this stuff. So pretty cool. Pretty nice. Hopefully my live chat is working. I don't know what's going on. I have to like check out like my settings on all this. I don't know what YouTube does with their settings on stuff when it comes to mobile streaming. Seems iffy at times, but you know, kind of the thing, kind of what's all going on. Technology, am I right? And then last thing, that I picked up on eBay. I meant to get the seller's name again, but I can't remember where on eBay or what seller I got this from. And again, I will say one more time, if the audio is working, leave me a thumbs up in the live chat. I would greatly appreciate it, just to make sure the audio is working, because based on the last stream, I had no audio, and I didn't really have anyone updating me, but early on in this stream, I made sure getting someone. So again, I would appreciate leaving a thumbs up in the live chat. If you can't find it, Google it. You know where to find it, please. But yeah, but when I show off, picked up this Mystique from the VHS line. Got her, I think, for about like 17, 16 bucks. I can't remember exactly what, but I got her fully complete. She came with both of her guns there, and also the baby Nightcrawler figure there. So very nice. And then also the alternate open female hands, which are not the greatest, let's be frank. But mainly the point of getting her, though, was all... Oh, she got paint. Okay, that just rubs off easily. But, you know, the whole point of getting her, though, including getting the little baby Nightcrawler, which I love that they included, was also to be able to upgrade this Mystique, our retro-carded one from the Uncanny X-Men one. She's still closed because I was waiting to get this one, because as you can see, this is using the original mold hair there of the first the Marvel Legends Mystique that Hasbro did a few years ago, where I think this was their, Walgreens exclusive or something of some kind. And so now you have the new one, but what's weird, as we'll see on the back, they have this head, specifically with this hair, on this new body for their render and also for their little back art there, but then they didn't do that for the actual figure, even though all the art and all the depiction of Mystique is using that. So I don't get why they changed it. I assume it's just some kind of cost-cutting thing, but then it's kind of like, if you already have this as a mold already done, then why not just, you know, just use it? So, very weird. So, I've seen the main thing is kind of like to just pull the hairs off, swap them out, and you're basically good to go. I'm going to see if... Hopefully it won't be too hard. I'll probably open Mystique just by herself, of course, because I want to do this mod and make sure that I can do it successfully and correctly, so I'm not messing up my figures. But then, you know, have this body. I don't know what I'm really going to be doing with her. I'll kind of see what I could do with these parts. At least, like, I'll keep the weapons and keep the accessories, but this might just be a fodder. This might just go to something. I'm not sure. So, but thank you for the, thank you for the hair Mystique. But shout out to the seller on eBay. He had a great deal. I couldn't pass it up. So, shout out to whoever that seller is. Gabe, hello. Is my audio working? Oh, welcome. Hopefully the audio is working. Last stream it was not. So hopefully you can hear me loud and clear, especially through the microphone. I appreciate it. Thank you for leaving a like. Yes, it is. Thank God. Man, I needed y'all last week. I was literally like 2 hours in last stream until like someone was like, hey, your audio's not working. And I'm like, what are y'all doing to me? What is everyone doing? So, thank you, Gabe. I'm glad my audio is finally working and I don't have to fight with it for another week. Crazy. I know, man. People be people. People be weird, but yeah. Mystique. But I hope you're doing well, Gabe. Thank you for coming back and joining us on the live stream, being one of our regulars for the horizontal. And if y'all didn't see, just about like an hour ago, I did a little test stream earlier today. It was vertical. Had a lot of people. It's crazy the difference between vertical and horizontal, because I like instantly had like 20 to like 30 people on my stream at that point. It had people chatting. No, I didn't see it. That's fine. I mean, it wasn't meant to be seen. It's not going to be public. It was just public for that time, just to see how the audio was sounding, how it was working. I'll still probably like keep it, I guess, in the archives. I don't know how they do their live stream archive, but you know, in due time. But I thank y'all who do join the regular live streams for sticking around and for being here and being committed. So yeah, Gabe says probably be people scrolling on YouTube Shorts and they stumbled on it. Yeah. And that's what I would guess, because YouTube Shorts is pretty good at pushing that onto people. Onto people. I mean, like whenever like I'm doing my shorts. Yeah, whenever like I'm scrolling through shorts or doom scrolling, and then I see that and I'm like, all right, another Fortnite live stream, or like, all right, another random person doing their live stream. So I was kind of surprised. So maybe once in a while I'll go vertical and just do that. Just watch Spaceballs. Oh, first time? Spaceballs is a lot of fun. I've seen that like probably like 3, maybe 4 times. It's very funny. It's very well done. It's a fun little, your little sci-fi spoof, your Star Wars more specifically, but, very cool, very fun, very awesome. Ooh, I'm just so happy that my audio is working. I'm just like, I've been stressing about it all week and I haven't had time to really check. So it's kind of like, okay, check it today. Don't have a lot of time because I gotta work tomorrow, unfortunately. So that's why we're doing this early. But Spaceballs is a fun movie. definitely ready to hopefully see that sequel. Does that come out this year or is that next year? I can't remember. But gotta definitely see, Spaceballs 2 at some point, because that'll be fun. That'll be a fun little jaunt. I don't know why, I don't know what's going on with my live chat. I'm always is everything working? It's especially since last week, I'm just like, can this shit work? Finally, please. I'm over shit not working. I'm over technology not doing it. But Gabe says, I'm shocked rated PG. Yeah, because that had one F word, a few SH word, and then some adult stuff. It's probably PG-13, isn't it? Unless it's before they really went down. Because that might have been a PG-13. Because I feel what was it? Was it Gremlins or something? Was the movie or one of the movies? Where they're okay, we need PG-13. No, it's PG. Wow. So yeah, so that might have been pre PG-13 because I remember. Yeah, as I was saying, I think it was Gremlins or something was one of those movies where they were yeah, I think we need to have something different or some other movie. I can't remember what it was, but it was kind of at some point I think people were okay, we need a different, we need a different kind of grading. Yeah, for these kind of movies that are a little bit more raunchier. They're not full on R, but they're also not really entirely meant for kids. They're not for straight up just, what does PG stand for? Parental guidance or whatever it is. And so it's okay, we need to go for a little bit older. So 13 is your prime teenage kind of starting years and where you're starting to, I guess, get there. So it's PG-13, that's your thing. You're a little older. You're not exactly a super young kid, but you're still a kid, but you're becoming a teenager, or you are beginning to be a full-grown teenager. So it's very interesting how that all evolved. How it was PG-R. And then they were well, what do we do with this for the past decades that they had it going. So yeah. But I hope Spaceballs 2 is pretty good. I hope it is. It's gonna be weird. Or just see what's going down in that movie. In that weird universe that they've made for themselves. So it's definitely gonna be weird to see what's his name? Is it Mel Gibson? Is that his name? The director? The guy who played the little Yoda dude. Yeah, that he's coming back for that. That he's what? He's 90 something. Bro, it's old. What the hell? I'm glad that you're still kicking, but what the fuck, bro? You're alive. You're alive, man. I'm glad. I hope he's healthy. The fact that they've already filmed this stuff. Yes, again, they're all done with it. They just got to get it out there, I think. So, can't wait. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else more for me to yap about. If y'all have any questions or want to talk about anything that's been going on, toy-wise, comic-wise, movie-wise, show-wise, let me know before we jump into our He-Man stuff, because I'm ready to see that He-Man movie for sure, because that just came out today. So we're, of course, going with the hype. We're jumping into the bandwagon, getting into this He-Man stuff, because it's cool, in my opinion. I feel like it's a pretty cool, little weird franchise. And at least, to me, the movie looks pretty promising and looks pretty fun. And what I've heard, it's pretty good. So I'm just getting more excited for him. I do plan on seeing also the Backrooms movie. So gonna see that with my friends at some point. But then, at least for me, it's okay. We'll get to He-Man. We'll get to Masters of the Universe. Hopefully, I'll be seeing those movies next week. Time, freedom, whenever I have a free moment to go see a movie. See how long that's going to take. So yeah, but I'm just ready. Ready to get out there. Start seeing some movies. Get going. Because I think it's Supergirl comes out at the end of this month. So probably expect something from that. I don't know. I haven't really been picking up any of the Supergirl figures because they look cool. I know there's because there's the Jason Momoa, his Lobo figure. He looks pretty good, and he has the bike. And then compared to the actual the Supergirl figure, I'm like, maybe I might just wait till maybe Fawn Joy makes one because their Superman is so well done. And then so it would be cool to see what goes on there. So yeah. But if y'all don't have anything to share, whether it's toys, movies, shows, whatever going on, any kind of news, we will get into our live stream. Oh, one thing. Okay, I am gonna open something on this side. We're here for now because I keep forgetting about this battle cap that I've had for years, which is the more like the classic collection, new for 20 kind of anniversary, where I got the old battle cap. I got him at Walmart for $4. This was what year was this? I guess maybe 2020. It's been that long. Yeah, 2020. I've held on to this thing in box for 6 years, waiting for the chance to open it, and I think it's finally time. I need to compare, I need to contrast, but on a short stream, so, okay, that might be something, but I do want to compare them with the new one. Maybe? That might be something to do. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe after I get home from work and after I do my 360, we'll do a short stream. That might be something we might try to do. Saturday shorts stream. That's something. I don't know, but look forward to that. Open and compare on a short stream. We'll do that. Because we'll look at the good one. Yeah. They're both good in their own right, but we'll look at the more articulated one, the movie version, and then we'll look at this guy on that same stream. So, great idea, Gabe. Thank you for the suggestion. So yeah, I think we'll just go ahead, switch my camera over. We're gonna get into these figures. We're gonna have our fun. We're gonna talk toys. We're gonna get into it. Thank you, Gabe. All right, switch on over. Bum, 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 bum. They don't fit in the thing. That's pretty good. Don't see that. Also, the Godzilla X Power Ranger figures. Ooh, nice, Gabe. I definitely plan on getting those probably at some point too. Because I did watch a video, if you know Monster Island Buddies. I watched his video review of those. And they look pretty good. So I'll probably plan on getting them. I don't know if I'll open them exactly. I mean, that's the plan. And I saw the Backrooms movie twice, and it's pretty good. Okay. Definitely plan to see the Backrooms movie then. So, yeah, so that's good. Because I heard it was pretty good, so I'm kind of excited for it. I'm also kind of like, God, I don't know how much this is going to, freak me out, you know? I'm like, oh, not another psychological horror. I'm not really the hugest horror guy. Especially when it comes to more psychological or more thriller type movies. 2 hours after I saw that, I was like, man, that was scary. I mean, it sounds like it. Yeah, because the Backrooms is always so weird. It's actually pretty scary. Well, I'll prepare myself, I guess, for it. Yeah, it's a good thing I'll be going. I'll be going with friends, so kind of make sure that we're all good to go. And bloody. Ooh. See, I can't wait for that then. Yeah, I'm kind of show me blood. Show me that weird shit. Yeah, because I'm definitely more of a movie monster, kind of dude. I'm kind of if you give me a monster, some sort of creature that I can attach myself to. That's all like weird, and then I can be like, okay, that's my main bad guy, or like that's my protagonist. Let's see the thing. And of course, you know, there will be a second one. Of course there will be. Of course. It's probably already made its money back, like already. It's been doing bangers. It's also disturbing. I'm not surprised. It seems it's definitely doing its standard thing of freaking you out and being all weird and being like, what's going on? But yeah, we will look at these figures. Oh, look at them go. Great packaging, pretty standard from the Chronicles line that we've been seeing so far. Gabe says, but hey, it's pretty good. That's always good. As long as it delivers what you expect and a fun experience, that's all that matters. So yeah, we're gonna kind of get Battle Cat. I keep just wanting to say just Cringer because it's Cringer, but have your He-Man here and your standard, like your regular figure packaging, your Masters of the Universe Chronicles thing here, your figure here, and there is like 2 chase variants, I guess. I might have, I don't know if I have the first or second version. I think I have the second version because I think my thing is more clear one. You have to get a Skeletor. I do plan on getting the Skeletor one. I did see that there's like a running change for that one too. Where they fixed, I think, like the jaw or something. Like the first editions had like a weird jaw and was like all, it was all gapped. But I did see Skeletor once. I passed on him at the time. And the week I came back, they still had, the Trap Jaw figure. Which I did pick up, but they didn't have any, but they didn't have the Skeletor anymore. So plan on getting him, even though honestly I'm not too big on the movie Skeletor design too much. But like, here I'll go ahead and grab freaking Trap Jaw. Like compared to like Trap Jaw, where he's more kind of like your classic, but more stylized a bit, but more closer. But I'll probably get it. I'll probably get the Skeletor. I gotta get a Skeletor. I gotta get him to go with my He-Man, even though it's Jared Leto. So fuck Jared Leto. Fuck Jared Leto. To be honest, he shouldn't even be in like movies anymore. But they keep putting that man in movies. He did Morbius, and everyone laughed and was like, "Okay, all right, bro." And then I think he kept doing like other movies, and everyone was just like, yeah, this guy's not good. And then during the pandemic, Jared Leto, the guy who was Morbius, he was also in the new Tron movie and was like, and there's like 1 million clones of him, and no one saw that movie because no one cared about, Jared Leto. Yeah. And apparently he's Skeletor. I don't know if he plays him or just voices him or if he did like mocap or whatever, but he is not on any of the press junkets that they've done so far for Masters of the Universe. He has not been seen. He's not been heard. I haven't seen Morbius. You can just watch it once. If you want to watch a fun, stupid movie that's just bad, but you know that you can enjoy those movies and just have fun, get friends, throw a little like a watch party. And if you're old enough, get drunk, get intoxicated at some point. Maybe if you're old enough and if you're legally able, go for it. Go watch Morbius, because it is a ridiculous movie. I've watched it, I think, 2 times now. Maybe 3. I think it's twice now. But it's just like, it's so bad. Nah, I won't get drunk ever. Hey, I get that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're a, what is it? Straight edge, Gabe? It's a sin to get drunk. I get that. Yeah, that's your own, your justification of your way of living life, as long as you're healthy and happy, bro. But yeah, but Morbius, It's not even like a movie. It's just there. It's just there. It's ridiculous. So if you want to see a dumb, fun movie, if you want to see Matt Smith kind of like having fun little dance number as but as a vampire, go for it. So, but Jared Leto, not big on that man at all. Would rather him just not come into my kind of like not be involved with anything really anymore, because it's Jared Leto and he's not a great person. He hasn't been for a while. So it's just like, okay, I'm kind of done seeing this guy, and it seems like the general public are too, because Tron did horribly, Morbius of course did horribly, and he didn't even know that the pandemic was going on because he was on his little weird cult island. So just like, what are we doing? What are we doing, y'all? Stop giving this man money. He seems fine. He seems pretty well. So yeah. Okay, so we'll actually get into the figure, and we will do He-Man first because, we'll leave Battle Cat last. It's Battle Cat. So yeah, so He-Man, we have nice little promo art of the actor portrayal, and then also Skeletor side there, and then you have the Master, so we're kind of breaking them up there. Some, I guess it's Eternian, language, I guess. And then He-Man, another nice promo shot. Most powerful man in the universe. Masters of the Universe logo there. Chronicles on the bottom. All your legal stuff. 2026 Mattel. Barcode. Question mark? What's with the question mark? Service Mattel. Okay. Components or contents. One figure and accessories. How amazing. And then on the back, He-Man, most powerful man in the universe. After uncovering the power sword, Prince Adam transforms into He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. The champion of Grayskull returns to Eternia to free his people from the evil clutches of Skeletor. And the nice then some nice some promo art of the figure. Pulling out the sword, him jumping up, and him doing the I have the power, which looks pretty good in the movie, and then some nice little stuff there. Masters of the Universe Chronicles, Mattel empowering generations through play, and then the rest of your kind of guys there. So we have the Man-at-Arms. I do plan on probably getting him. He looks like a great figure. But Idris Elba's. Yeah, but Man-at-Arms. I've seen him a few times at Target specifically. And then the Triclops, it looks pretty good too. I'm just kind of just waiting for now. Probably get Man-at-Arms just to, because, I'll have Skeletor at some point, and then, having, what's his name, Trapjaw. So, need someone to be with He-Man. So, yeah. Cool looking figure. Nice packaging. I don't know if I'll really keep this. I might keep the back of it. I like the art on here on the back. But on the sides and the logo's pretty cool. I might keep that because I like that's all shiny and colorful. But even then I have I think a cleaner version here that I can keep more so. But we're going to open up He-Man. We're going to get Cringer, a Battle Cat, excuse me. Same character, But we'll get him open, look at him, then we'll be looking at Battle Cat. We'll get out my trusty kit here. Got going on. I think I'll just, as usual, cut from the bottom. And this is from Mattel, so this is my first kind of foray into their Chronicles line. I do have the Scareglow, but haven't opened him yet. But Gabe asks, you like music? I do like music. How about you, Gabe? What's your favorite band / singer? So, okay. So if we're saying all time, my favorite band is probably the Beatles. I'm very kind of, yeah, I'll be very honest. I'm very kind of old coded, yeah, when it comes to my music taste due to my parents' music taste. So, Tears for Fears or Metallica. Tears for Fears is pretty good. Metallica's pretty all right in my eyes. Oh man, there's more tape on the bottom. But yeah, but for me, it's the Beatles. Just kind of like just how significant they are with the history of music in general, and kind of like specifically like with rock and roll and bringing a lot of that style back. Is my mic working again? Hopefully my mic is working. But definitely recommend the Beatles. Because my thing said. Oh, okay, yeah, that is them. But Gabe says, my favorite song is Everybody Rules the World. Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. That's a great song. I've actually listened to that recently. A great song. Alright, getting He-Man out of here. There's our empty box. To the ether, there's our figure. His little insert here, actually a nice little backdrop of Castle Grayskull and some statues there. Oh, and that's cool. They actually have a little content thing. So contents. The figure, two-fisted hands, and then the sword, and then nothing here on the back. Gabe says, Tears for Fears is a hit or miss for me. They have great music and bad music. I mean, it always makes sense. I feel like Tears for Fears, I feel like they definitely have like a very specific sound. So once they're able to kind of like lock in, have their preferred, have their preferred kind of like their sound and style that they can execute well, but you know, sometimes it just depends on the song. It depends on what they're able to do with it, but it makes sense there. It's always kind of like, yeah, a lot of good, maybe a bit bad, or even, I don't know, like with their case. Yeah, because I haven't listened too much to Tears. I've really like listened to their hits mainly, but you know, I've seen a few other songs here and there. My top three would be one, Everybody Wants to Rule, Wants to Rule the World, Shout, and Head Over Heels. Head Over Heels is pretty good. I gotta listen to that one again. It's been a while. Because I don't really listen to that band too much, but they're pretty good. They're pretty cool. They seem chill, hopefully. But there's our He-Man and all his plastic glory. We're gonna, easy enough, get our stuff out. He does have some wrap around there. He does have a little bit of straps around, but even on the Master Sword. Hold on. Look at that glowing man. And hopefully I'm not cutting out. Let me know if I am or not, because I am seeing that my thing is kind of being weird. So if y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Top 3 Metallica songs are Master of Puppets, Enter Sandman, and 3 Fuel. You're gonna listen to Fuel. It's been a minute since that song too. Thumbs up. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you for engaging and asking. Being able to do what I ask. But here's our little snips here. Sorry if I'm not doing my regular, my presentation. I just want to make sure this stream is working. Sorry if everything's not super defined. Snip, snip, miss. Master Sword, pretty clean here. I like the design that they have going on here. It's very much that classic sword, but very basic, but still looks very cool. I love the super shiny plastic that they use here, and then have your brown on the hilt there. Excuse me. Hold on. There we go. See all that detail there. Even seems to even have like a little, like kind of like a scripture there at the base of it. So that's pretty, yes, that's pretty fun. Are you going to watch Godzilla, yeah, but -0? Of course, Gabe. Would my name be Justin D-Zilla if I wasn't into the thing? Sorry, I'm just bugging right now. I'm just trying to be funny. But yeah, of course I'm going to be seeing that. I'm so hyped about it. Godzilla vs. Kong Supernova. That might depend on kind of like what I hear. I might just see it anyways, just because I'm like, okay, it's another Godzilla movie. Why would I not go see another Godzilla movie? Because Kongzilla, okay, because Godzilla X but X Kong, I felt like it kind of like it more so like just fell into my lap. I've I've seen that movie like I felt like a fever dream. I was like, okay, it happened. I was there at the theater. I remember having it. I have the ticket. But it's like, it's crazy. I hope it's either Space Godzilla or Gigan. I'm pretty sure it's probably Space Godzilla. It sounds like that's like the it sounds like that's the thing that they're going for. And I'm just hoping that we'll just have more Godzilla, because that's all I really need in my Godzilla movies. I know it's Godzilla X Kong, but Godzilla's the first name in there, and he's the main franchisee, because he's the whole reason that this whole MonsterVerse thing exists. So I'm like, give me my king, my dues. I noticed a pattern in the MonsterVerse. What's the pattern? Oh, and I also still need to see, what is it? The Monarch series. I still haven't seen that, because they did release like a season 2 recently, correct? If I'm not wrong. If I'm not just talking out of my ass, I'm going to put that up there. But that series looks so good. Oh yeah, because I think like Rodan has like finally returned. It's finally like another appearance he finally had in like Monarch or something. I saw that. So yeah, so I definitely need to jump on that show as soon as possible. Just got to get through my other movies and shows here that I'm making my way through right now. Because honestly, been still on the Ben 10 kick. And sorry that y'all didn't get to hear me yap about all my other Ben 10 stuff that I had last stream. I still have like a couple things out, and if y'all want to see that and want me to show that, I can real quick before we get into He-Man, because I don't mind. But been watching Ben 10 again. Finally got to season 3. Started with Ben 10,000. Cool episode. Really neat to see kind of like that show again and how it's evolved. This oh, He-Man. Oh, sir. All right, here's our thing. Get our plastic trash out of here. Oh, try not to lose it, bruh. Oh, and while we're waiting, I'm gonna chill for a minute. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Comment what you want to see here on the channel. I appreciate the support. Especially like and comment. Or like and subscribe. That's the thing I want you to do. Like and subscribe. Appreciate the support. Look at figures almost every Friday if we're able. But how much was the Battle Cat? Honestly, I have no freaking recollection. I think it was about like 40, 45, maybe. I think that's my guess. I could go see. I think I still have my receipt somewhere. So if you want, if you want me to confirm, Gabe, I can. I don't mind it very much, and I'm not too surprised if it is that much. Yeah, it's probably pretty pricey. It's It's more of a collector's item. I'm going to move this out of the way. Yet again. Get a He-Man, this white man. Go in here, hold on. Let's get you front and center, sir. I'm going to move forward a bit. There we go. Get this man's all done up. Yeah, but then again, Gabe, if you do want me to double check my math on that, I don't mind. So we can appreciate this He-Man a little bit more. Look at this dude. Oh, look at this guy. He's pretty freaking sweet looking. He looks... Okay, he doesn't look exactly like the actor, but I think he looks pretty good. I like the look that we have going on here. Has the, of course, like, kind of like the big, kind of poofy, kind of curly long hair. Has some nice kind of like brown wash to that. Very nice. And then the actual, like, the face print tech is actually pretty clean. On there, I do like that a lot. Because it doesn't feel, like, generic. Like, it actually, like, it... Yeah, it looks like it is an actual kind of, like, printing. It might not be actual, like, paint. I can't really tell. But it's really cool. And then, of course, you have the chest with your little cross there. I think mine is... Yeah, this might be, like, the cloudy version. I don't know. I know there's, like, two. Yeah, so where, like, the head is either, like, a little different, and then there's, like, one that's more see-through, and then one that's more cloudy. I think this is the one that's more see-through. Correct me if I'm wrong, if y'all know. But then you have your metal plating here, your silver on the front, and then have your gold, kind of like your buttons up here with the leather strap going around the whole body to wrap around here to the little sheath for the sword. We'll just show that out there. Just slides right on. Very clean. Isn't gonna get from you. It's pretty, really secure. And then, of course, for the rest of... Hold on. I keep dropping crap. He-Man. Get in position, please. Hello. Oh, there. Okay. This is gonna go over here. Alright. But yeah, but then with the actual, like, the base body is more of just a bigger, muscular... You can show off the abs there. And I think that this actual... I think this chest piece can also come off, so... That's pretty good there, and then have your giant shoulders there. I do have, like, little paint things specifically for the shoulders here. Might be able to just wash that off, it seems like it, but then have your double pinless jointed elbows. Have this cool little gauntlet thing with this gold kind of disc in there, and then have just a leather all around. But very nice to actually kind of work they have going on here. It has kind of like a black wash to it. Oh, okay. He also has the same maybe around. So they do match on there. Asymmetrical. So nice. Just detailing there all around, and it kind of ties into the actual chest plate a little bit more. So very cool. And then to a little skirt piece, has that same gold kind of plate there at the front. Gold buttons there that go around. Little buckles here that aren't, and then like a little clasp part that goes off. And then here at the bottom you have like these diamond shaped things that are supposed to have like lines and circle in the middle, but they're kind of off with the paint there. It's not perfect here. On the front it's okay. You can tell here that sculpt is totally off with that paint. That one's I'm not going to be looking at that. I'm looking at this part really much, so I'm not really too disappointed by that. It would be nice if it's cleaner, especially kind of these days with a more premium price tag. To be a more premium figure, but kind of like, it's just this industry. It's just, yeah, nothing's perfect. But then have your pinless double jointed legs there, just kind of bare. Very, very muscular, kind of shiny too. It might actually be pretty good to do a matte coat on the actual body, so that might be something maybe. And then these leather strapped kind of boots here. You have the strap there. I wish that was painted and on the sides there, and even a little bit on the actual shoe part. And you have a plate right there. That's all kind of like that copper metal, but still leathery feeling, and then pegs at the bottom there. 0056 OBV. That's a serial number of some kind, whatever it is. But yeah, looks great. Looks awesome. So we'll go over his articulation. So with everything, he's got I think a dumbbell. Yeah, so we have a dumbbell joint at the top of the neck, and then a ball at the bottom there. So all the way up, he can look up about that far, kind of like the hair is kind of holding him back. But it's not very soft. It's a pretty, it's still like a rubbery plastic, but because of the actual sculpt, you're not going to get too much up. Like, you're getting a decent amount, but it's not perfect. But you can bury the chin into the chest. You have your head tilt there, your whole 360, and just kind of like, and then at the shoulder, you do have I think it is a butterfly joint, or it might be like one of those ones where it's like an actual, like another dumbbell or kind of ball that has like a cover there, so you can go forward and go backward, but you can also go up, go down, and kind of around there. So pretty nice there. And then single jointed shoulder, well, your shoulder hinge there goes up about that far, so that's pretty nice. And then comes back down, goes around, have your bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbow, just because of the leather kind of piece there, and then also because of the musculature of the bicep. Doesn't make it a ton, but gets past 90, so not too bad. And then at the hands, you do have the ball kind of wrist there, so you can come in and out, but you can also able to change it to where it's up and down if you want them to be holding your hands, or holding your weapons, excuse me. These are his hands. They're for holding, excuse me. And then at the torso, your articulation there, you have your upper torso that is on another dumbbell joint. So kind of can come back by itself that far, come forward a bit, not too bad. Little tilt side to side, also maybe be able to do a 360. I want to make sure that this middle torso isn't. Look at that. Oh my lord. And then kind of hula hoop around. But then, of course, at the bottom of the actual ab piece, do have another ball. So all together, get back about that far. Forward, still only about that far, but not too bad. Maybe could use some modding, maybe. And then from tilt side to side, and then, of course, well, full-on rotation there at the bottom as well. Hula hoop. And then, yeah, it does gap up a bit, I will say, depending on how you have it, but still pretty clean. But then at the legs, you do have kind of like your standard kind of setup here. So kicks forward about that far, kicks back, just kind of just straight forward, kicks out. Oh my god. Oh, look at that. Mr. Splitsville. Let's see if we can get him with his both feet flat on the floor. The Glen, as they call it. As wide a stance possible with both feet flat on the floor. He can't really support his own weight. He's pretty heavy, but it's insane. I will say his legs do feel a bit gangly. The arms do feel good, and then the mid-torso is pretty solid, but these legs do feel a little loose on the ball. But then with that, with the skirt kind of like hiding it, you do have a kind of an inner thigh cut instead of a cut there. That would be there, but I don't mind that too much. You do get a bit of in and out. And then, of course, at the knee, double jointed pinless, pretty bare, goes all the way up there, pretty sweet. And then at the boot, you do have a swivel, pretty solid, but it is there, a bit tough. And then you do have a ball at the foot, so hinge forward, hinge back. And you do have a bit of an ankle rocker there, but you could also, I think, change your joint if it really makes sense to have it go the other way, but I'll probably just keep it as is, really. I don't want to mess with it too much. Yeah, and then, of course, you come with your alternate fist hands. Pretty nice, and these just, we'll do them with this one. Do him just on his left one, because we do want him to hold the Master Sword. Oh yeah, and I do want to show off, you can, I think, also take off most of the stuff here and look pretty good. The ball's not really and they're all wet all the way. I'll have to mess with that, I think. Unless it's put on wrong. No, it's put in right. It's just not in there all the way. That's weird. So one little, I guess, kind of defect. Mine, it's just not in there. There we go. And then you will probably get a bit of kind of like paint scuff there on the forearms, or probably anywhere where all your armor is. It just makes sense with paint rub. So just something to think about. But this guy looks so good, though. He feels great. He looks great. I kind of majorly vibe with this. This kind of like works. It's kind of like a Marvel Legends style kind of He-Man, movie He-Man. It's not the classic He-Man, but I'm just like, it just looks so good. I just can't say no to this. Try to get the sword in his hand, a bit tough to say. If you can hear me, my audio is coming through pretty clear. Give me a thumbs up in the live chat. I would appreciate it, just to confirm my own suspicions of what's going on with my audio. So if you can hear me, thumbs up. If you can't, thumbs down. But look at our He-Man. Bro is so good. At least I hope so. Let me double check, make sure. Is audio working? Anyone who's in here, please let me know. Because now I'm just getting paranoid, because I'm just like, I don't want the same thing to happen like how it happened before. I'd rather not. Can't really tell. Okay. There we go. See, that's a pretty good look for our He-Man there. I like that. I like that very much. Just want to make sure. Is it actually going through now? I hope this is going through. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the live chat. Please and thank you. You can hear me loud and clear. If I wasn't, I apologize. But if I am, thank you. Seems like I am. I hope I am. Based on what I'm seeing. Based on what my criteria is technically showing. Let me know if you can hear me in the live chat by giving it a thumbs up in there. Alrighty. We're going to move on. He-Man looks great there. Looks pretty good. I could have him double hand the sword, I guess, if I want to do, or even if I can do the full on, or we'll do the, here we're going to do the thing. What's the thing? Well, that's been grim, but that's a different thing. We're going to do the thing. The He-Man thing. It is a bit, where's Peg a little harder to move here. Get them as close to what we see. Kind of want to get as close to the packaging I've gotten up from my chair to see. Yeah, he's kind of like looking at it. That makes sense. Stream is lagging. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. No, you don't have to. The Battle Cat from 2020 is now? Yeah. Okay, the 20 is now. It's 37. That's not bad. You good? Sorry. Stream is lagging. Is it still lagging? I hope it's not lagging. It might be. I might have a bad. It's like I do have a storm going on right now, but that was like 13 minutes ago. So sorry, Gabe. I don't know why my live chat is like so crappy. I don't know what goes on. So apologies if there's a bit of lag or any issues at all. I am streaming during a storm going on. But there's our He-Man doing I have the power. Doing the thing. Apologies if the stream is lagging. Let me know if all's good in the live chat. I'll keep asking until I receive. Oh. All right. All right, I got my confirmation. So yeah. Yeah, so there's He-Man. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Definitely can't wait to get a Skeletor now at some point. To pair them up, see what's going on there, but we'll move our He-Man to the side. Get him over there. As he needs his trusty steed. the one and only Battle Cat. Giant packaging. Crazy what's going on there. Kind of bringing your Masters of the Universe Chronicles package in, but of course doing the Battle Cat. So where you have your Masters of the Universe, your movie logo there with the Chronicles. Have the figure, have Battle Cat, little nameplate there.
Your audio is great.
Okay, thank you. There's a bit of delay. Sorry, my folks are kind of checking in on me to make sure all my stuff is working. So, but there's our nice little, kind of artwork of Battle Cat there. Looking good, Battle Cat there, and then even your little deluxe articulation kind of breakdown. Oh, I didn't even see that with the original packaging. Did they have that? They did have that. Kind of like your, I guess, kind of like your basic base of the body. Showing off the kind of like what's going on there. So that's pretty cool. So definitely would want to keep that from this packaging for sure. That's very unique to this line. Masters of the Universe Chronicles on the side. You do have your, I think that's Battle Cat in, like in Eternia, kind of a language, Eternian text that, then you have your promo kind of art images there of Battle Cat and Castle Grayskull. Battle Cat fighting a tiger. The ring thing actually has a little spaceship there. That's pretty fun. And then your Mattel logo there on the side and at the bottom. Legalese, all your copyright, barcode, scan it if you need to. Masters of the Universe right there on the side, but then on the back, look at that. Hold on. You got him. Of course, the first thing you see is He-Man riding Battle Cat, because of course, this is Battle Cat. It's what He-Man rides to battle. Then, get your little thing here. You got Battle Cat. Hold on, I'm going to bring my thing up. Battle Cat fighting tiger. Cringer may look like Prince Adam's pet, but once He-Man raises the Sword of Power and calls upon the power of Grayskull, Cringer transforms into the mighty Battle Cat. As He-Man's loyal friend and steed, he charges into the battle against Skeletor alongside the Masters of the Universe. And so then we got Battle Cat, Cringer, as his actual name is. Yeah, when he's not in battle mode or just doesn't have the armor on, looking pretty good there. And then nice other promo art of Battle Cat. I just want to say Cringer each time because I'm just like, it's Cringer. It's him, the Masters of the Universe. Mattel empowering generations through play. And then He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and Triclops again. I guess that's kind of like specifically like your good guys. So I guess is Triclops a good guy? Because what do they have for the, okay, so what's on Trapjaws? Because on Trapjaws, okay, it's just him and Skeletor. So it's just those two, at least so far. And then when it comes to like Scareglow, I mean, he's not from the movie, so he's just by himself. Which is weird, but, something. But I guess we'll go ahead and get this Battle Cat open and start yapping about that specifically. And get our trusty X-Acto blade. And again, we'll go from the bottom. That's usually our easiest route. Have a few tape pieces to get with this specific one, so just kind of see how this goes. Get one tape piece. Sorry that wasn't on camera. It's kind of actually hard to get this. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Now on this side. There you go. And then last little bit. One little piece of tape. It's going to hold me back right there by the Mattel logo. Dunzo. Alright. Adam. I wonder if we... Yeah, actually, like, okay. Yeah, I wonder if we are going to get an actual, like, a Prince Adam, though, at some point. I kind of expect it. Yeah, I kind of, like, expect that because, you know, he does have his more, like, civilian look in the movie at first, as we've seen in the trailer. So I'd be surprised if we don't get a Prince Adam. He might like come with something, I guess, or might be his own just single release. I don't know. But there's our big old box for Battle Cat over there. And we're gonna look at this behemoth. Zoom out a moment. But yeah, he looks pretty sweet. Even just kind of on display like that. It was actually kind of cool with his. Now I'm thinking about it. Is he actually taped in? Hold on. They got this guy. Okay, so he's tied down at the legs there. So he's not actually in the plastic at that part, but it's enough to make it kind of hard to get him off of here, so that even when it comes to... Okay, so I'll just have to snip this guy. Okay, we're just gonna freaking... What? This... Get down. I want to zoom out. Get this going. Trusty snips, as always. Right there. Still probably attached right here at the neck. Gotta be careful. There we are. Separate him, we can get all this plastic out of here. Have our trash going. And then to see our full-on backdrop, so we got the... Oh, cringer for a second. You see most of Castle Grayskull there, and then the whole kind of like bridge that kind of leads up to it, the whole horizon. So this looks pretty sweet. Might just keep this just for art's sake, but a part of me, I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I'll probably keep it. It's just cool. When are we gonna get this art again? I just damaged that thing. All right. There's Battle Cat and all his plastic glory in the shell. I think it's literally just this thing. I think. So he's got a few more attachments. He does have one, okay. So he does have one on his other arm. Excuse the loud noises. Does have one here. I don't know if any of that was on camera. It was. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. It feels like a third of the time, really. There's our plastic. To the ether. More plastic trash to throw away. Man, I haven't opened up a figure like this. Okay, where there? Oh, there went his mask. Anthony Jameson, 1907. Welcome to the live stream. I got the Masters of the Universe Chronicles He-Man and looks pretty good. I'm gonna get Skeletor next in the line, including the Masters of the Universe Origins He-Man figure as well. Is that like the Origins is like that classic style? Because I do have a few of those. So we'll be seeing those in our comparisons a bit later. But definitely plan on getting the Skeletor too. I wonder why his mask did that. That's very interesting. It kind of like shot off, like it was like too much pressure. Yes, but yeah, but it's the movie version from the 2026 film. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I also did see those at Target where I got this Battle Cat. I totally forgot about those. Because I knew they had like the 4-inch ones, like the ones that are like still like just more specifically the movie, but more generic, kind of like, hey, this is for the movie. It's not any kind of like specific style. Kind of like those toys. But I totally forgot that I also saw those Origin style ones. Because they looked pretty good. The He-Man looked good, and they had a Spikor there. He looked pretty neat. So yeah, so maybe it, yeah, at least like for me, it might be worth it to get like Spikor because I don't have them in my collection, and kind of like my He-Man, my Origins figures are kind of like a big kind of jumble mess. Like half of them are kind of a part of like the Turtles kind of collab with Masters of the Universe. So where I got Mouse Jaw, which is Track Jaw, plus a Mauser. And then I forget what his name is, like the bat looking dude. He's like a vampire, I think. He has like the white face and like the blue kind of armor, and then has like the red, like the bat symbol, I think, on the front. But he has like the giant wings. I forget what his name is. But he's pretty cool. And then also have like the Origins, like the 2-pack that's kind of like kind of like Skeletor, where he's like a regular human, and then have like Trap Jaw, where he's still a regular guide as well. Anthony Jameson says the only complaint for the Masters of the Universe He-Man figure Chronicle version is my version got paint rubbed on accident on the sword a little bit. Maybe I picked the wrong He-Man figure. Yeah, that might just be more kind of like luck. I think with mine, it's pretty clean. I think I have one little speck there, but nothing, at least for me, like I'm pretty lucky. So I'm sorry that you have that. You might be able to like just like clean it if you have like just like some soap and just do it some hot water and get maybe like a cloth or something, or maybe like a sponge. I can't quite remember what the technique is, but to like just get some hot water and clean that thing. And if it comes off there, good. But if not, I don't know. That'd be kind of like a 1 to 2 thing. But do you know, which variant you have, Anthony? Because there are like 2 versions of this Chronicles ones. One where I think I might have the cloudy version of the thing. Like of his chest thing. So where there's like a super clear one and then there's like a cloudy version. I might have that first version. And then apparently like the head paint is kind of different on these. I do like this one a lot. I'll have to see the other one again to know for sure which one I have. But this was like a pretty early version, so I don't know if I could really tell, but this guy's so freaking badass, though, I will say. Okay, now we'll get on to this behemoth cat, Battle Cat, aka Cringer. See him there. Look at that. Cool, really awesome new armor piece here. Of course, it comes off pretty easily, but Has these little side things, which I don't think are accurate even to the original toy. It's more of kind of like it's more of like a regular kind of like a helmet kind of mask thing, but this is kind of like just more of like a actual like a slide on thing. Has the horns at the top, which is pretty cool. And then of course the actual figure. Cringer there, his eyes do follow you. Mine do seem slightly painted to the right a bit, but I don't know. Or they just, yeah, but it has like these glossy eyes where they follow you, so it gives the illusion that it's always kind of like looking at you in some way. I do love this head sculpt. He's all Cringer. He's got the ears back there. He's got the articulated jaw that has the purple on the inside and has the teeth. And these teeth actually do, if you can see, they do actually retract out. So they are actually like spring-loaded there. So that's pretty cool there. Or they just like slide up and down there. In any case, it's a nice little design choice that adds a bit to what's going on. But Anthony J. Amison says, maybe my Nana needs to repaint one of my gauntlets on the left arm, brace band on my Masterverse Chronicle figure He-Man. I don't know why that happens. Oh, but one of like your gauntlets just wasn't painted? Honestly, by that point, I'd be like, yeah, I'd rather get that replaced. More like because, or even see if you can get, or even get on Mattel's support line and tell them, hey, I have these QC issues. Is there any way y'all can help me? Maybe you might be able to get a free He-Man. Maybe not. I can't confirm. But this Cringer looks so... Battle Cat, sorry. It looks so cool. And and you have like the rest of the armor here. Kind of some plates with some spikes. Have your little seating there with some nice little sculpt work there. Little design. Have your straps and chains and little things. Has your back kind of plating here. Also has your straps around here where these are all removable, as we've seen, and we probably will try taking it off. Of course, the helmet, easiest part. It's just going to be with these. Seeing how this all comes off, seems like you just unclasp it there and then unweave it. And then this one, also unclasp it. Okay, through there. And then you just kind of, and you should be able to just take it right off. Unfortunately, I don't have a phone, so I can't call Mattel. For that problem until I'm much, much older. And as for which version I have of He-Man, I have the light brown version with a bit of brown. Yeah, the lighter blonde. Okay. Because then I probably have that second version, because mine is kind of like, it's kind of a bright brown, a bright blonde, but does have brown in it. I can't really tell. It's more so with like the chest logo thing. There's like one where it's like super see-through. But cool getting actually Cringer, so it's actually like pretty easy to take off this armor, thankfully. And you see the full actual figure here with all that fur sculpt, and then with the green lines all painted there to around the eyes, and they kind of match the eyes there, even though they're kind of like a lime green, like a lighter green, but like having that pink nose and the white with the kind of whiskers all there around there. Very basic, but like kind of spray here at the bottom. So a little differentiation, and then more lines course, here on the arms, all through the back, on the body, down the legs. These crazy paws with these claws here. You have your padding there. Awesome sculpt work going on here. A nice kind of like actually like hang down little hair. I grew up in 1984, which my first figure from the vintage He-Man line was a Ram Man. I got them for my 6th birthday in 1982, which was on October 11th of that year when I was born. That's crazy. So you grew up in 1984. I got them for my 6th birthday, so 82 minus 6, so that's going to be what? $82, 81, 80, 79, 78, 77, 76. So 1976. You were born in 1976? That is what? 76, 86, 96, 06, 16, 26 now. You're like 50 years, bro. Is that right? You're 50-year-old? Bro. No way. But that's like crazy, though. Yes, you're 50, bro. I'm only, to be honest, I'm only 25. I'm only halfway there. But you got your nice little tail there. But that's really cool. Like, it's always, like, cool to, like, hear that y'all all around it and you know, like, remember, like, the original, like, how your original vintage He-Man figure, it was Ram Man. Like, such, like, a very specific thing, probably, like, to see for the first time in your life and to kind of like to ever really exist at that point. But I'll kind of get him more of a more cringer, I guess, kind of pose. I'm trying to get him. He's like, what's going on? Like, oh, I'm not so sure about this, Adam. I don't think we should be doing this. Then with that, them chompers out. Oh, yeah, it is like the full thing, and they still have them. He's just a little scuffed up. I played with them a lot when I was younger. When I was a child back then. I mean, that makes sense because back in the day, y'all were brutal with your toys. Like, you played with your toys. Because I still like played with mine as a kid, like, in the early 2000s. Because I would just like bash them together still, and do all that stuff, and be like, okay, cool. Here's all my toys. I'm gonna bash them together because that's what you do as children. You throw them around and you do stuff. But then, at least, for me, I still, took pretty good care of my toys. I was still very, okay, want to make sure, because I still have one of my original, Marvel Legends toys, the Green Goblin, from Toy Biz. I remember growing up with that toy, loving that toy, couldn't find it for years, and then finally found it one time, years ago, and it's not in the display. Where's my Green Goblin? Okay, my Green Goblin's all the way over there, and that's the VHS wave specific version of that animated Spider-Man series of Green Goblin, but we'll kind of see what goes on. Always plenty to kind of be nostalgic about. Would love a new Green Goblin. But in any case, Cringer looked great. He looks amazing. Battle Cat, whatever you want to call him, he's amazing. Look at him. He's so cute. All right, but we're going to do our articulation, starting from head to tail. Of course, as we saw here, do have your articulated jaw, if you're moving teeth here to help close that jaw, because if it didn't, probably would look like this the whole time, maybe even a bit more, but with that, because you'd probably be, but you want to close that entirely, so that's very nice. And then you probably have a ball or a dumbbell joint up here, up here at the top of the head, and then down to the base of the neck. Probably have another ball joint, so you can look all the way up about that far, down that far. You do have some side to side, loop around, and then even full rotation there, bit of rotation there, gets you a decent range there. And then at the mid torso, you have a cut here with a ball. You can mainly just go side to side. You can kind of go in and out a bit. You can't rotate there, it feels like it, or at least it's very stiff. But here's also the same, so left to right at this other mid torso joint, not very much up and down, like a little bit, but mainly kind of just side to side there. And then down to the tail, you do have rotation there, but there also is a hinge, as you can see there, so it can come up that far, come down not that far. But if you also want to get it down, you can get it all the way down there. Anthony Jameson says, hopefully I can repaint my Ram figure because I love that figure so much. Is that like a vintage one? Oh yeah, because you have like the Ram Man that you got. So that'd be pretty cool. Or even if they have like an Origins version, like that would be pretty cool to see, because that would definitely make sense for customizing. And then at the arms, do have like a little joint system there, so you can go forward about that far, can rotate back this far, and then come out just a little bit, not a whole lot. Kind of wish you could come out more. That would be very nice, but understood. But Anthony says, yes, it's the vintage one, and his action figure still works where his legs pop out. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's nice that they actually like has like kind of aged well. Because I know that's always kind of like a big thing when it comes to like some vintage toys with some collectors. Like they would rather prefer that. Yeah, so like if they have a kind of like a play feature of any kind, that they actually do work. Because I always think about that when it comes to the old the Hasbro the WWF figures, like the toys then, because they always had a kind of like a gimmick of some kind of way to do some kind of like signature move or kind of finisher thing. So that's pretty cool. Then continuing, get to his little elbow. You don't really get a whole lot of range going up, but coming down goes pretty flat out. Also rotation there. Then at the feet here on the front, you hinge back, hinge forward, not that far, and then it'll rock over there, so not too bad. And then at the back legs, come out so much, come back in, come forward about that far. You can actually kind of do a full 360, which is crazy. And then at the knee, rotation, and then hinge forward, hinge back. And then even at the actual more of like the middle of the foot there, go forward, back there, and rotate up there, and then same thing with the feet there. So pretty good. And then Anthony says, I miss Hulk Hogan so much. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. 71 is way too young for him. 71, honestly, like when it comes to a wrestler, is kind of old, to be honest. Yeah, and it does kind of like the complications of how he passed away, how I think he was having like a neck surgery, but something went wrong or something. So that kind of sucks, but honestly, in my opinion, I'm kind of like in the camp that I'm kind of like, I understand, the significance of his legacy and his importance to the pro wrestling industry and making it mainstream because that makes sense. But personally, he's not one of my favorite people just because of his affiliations and because of his personal beliefs in certain things. I was not big on him, but I did watch, the Hulk Hogan, the docu series that they had, they have on Netflix. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. No, the wrestler in mind comes to my favorite wrestler of all, of my childhood, which was Hogan. Anyone after that is way too modern, in my opinion. Because that's like your era, I would assume, because that's like prime time, like what you saw as wrestling growing up, and that was like the golden era. That's Hulk Hogan. That's history. Kind of like for me, when I think of pro wrestling, I think of Macho Man. Yeah, Randy Savage, because that's my personal favorite wrestler. If we're talking like if we're talking like specifically from the golden ages, which I basically have figures of, because that's like kind of the best figures that they make of of wrestlers really so far. Do gotta get some more modern guys at some point. Might get a Cody, probably get a CM Punk. I'm trying to think who else. Could get a Rock, maybe. But I'm like, maybe, I don't know. The Rock isn't too much for me. Oh, a Bret Hart. I need a good Bret Hart figure. They haven't made one yet. And I desperately need a good one. Give me a Bret. Give me a Bret Hart. Any day of the week. Love me Bret. Cody's alright. He's decent, but he's not Hulk. Yeah, I get that. That's your opinion. Yeah, and Cody's like pretty good. Like in my mind, I think he's fine. I think it's just like, okay, I get it. It's kind of like his thing. I'm honestly, and I haven't really been watching a lot of WWE. But recently I've kind of fallen off on like watching wrestling in general right now. I've been kind of just taking a break from it because it's been like so ingrained into my schedule. I'm like, I don't got time for this. I gotta get my priorities straight. And watching wrestling right now is not at the top of the list. But I'll probably come back over. I'll probably keep watching because I did watch a little bit of Clash of Italy and then some of AEW. I've been trying to get into AEW more personally. I like how they do their wrestling. There, hopefully, you'll get Skeletor next time, or Man at Arms, or Tesla, or is it like Tila is her name. Skeletor, I definitely plan to get on next for sure. Man at Arms is definitely on the list too, because he just looks so good. Triclops maybe we'll kind of see, but also getting but Tesla, I guess is her name. She looks all right. She doesn't look like the most significant figure, to be honest, of this wave. They kind of went all out with all the guys, and they kind of left her to not have too much to do, it seems like, as a figure. But I hope that she'll be enjoyable in the movie, because she seems to be pretty like significant. Like she's gonna be with He-Man a fair amount, being kind of like, this is the place that you grew up with, and he's like, I kind of remember this. Am I going insane? And she's like, no. Sorry, I just forgot her name. I haven't seen the cartoon in a long time. Oh, you're all good. I mean, I can totally understand. I mean, I don't even know her name. Yeah, my guess would have been like Tila. I mean, that's like my go-to, my personal go-to. But if I'm wrong about that, I'm wrong about that too. Because, to be honest, I'm mainly in it for the figures a lot of the time. Make sure I'm getting this. on here, this is kind of a bit difficult to get this armor back on. Kind of, I guess it was kind of like the original toys. It's kind of like, okay, gonna struggle to get all this stuff back on. There we go. There we go. And that's pretty solid. Like, that's not gonna like come off. Like super easily. Just like the helmet's kind of like the one thing that doesn't feel super secure, but it's staying on, at least for now. But he looks so good. He looks so cool. Let's get him up. So you kind of like goes up there. Oh, get back over here. Let me get y'all posed up first. Look at that. That's so badass. Yeah. Look at that guy. He looks so cool. So let's get our He-Man on there then. Get him prepared to be sitting. Cringer's helmet back into place. Look at that. I feel like I could do a better pose of He-Man. Let me see with on the box how it looks there again. Oh, mainly just for the He-Man, just to make sure I'm getting it right. Okay, so where he's like holding. See, it's a bit more kind of like more casual. This is more. Feels a bit more action oriented. But Evil Lynn looks pretty good. I'm definitely gonna pick her up. Oh yeah, Evil Lynn. Yeah, I forgot that they were making her. Yeah, she looks pretty good too. A little kind of pale, I'll be honest, but maybe that's the point. She looks very unhealthy. And kind of like a little bit darker. I would probably prefer her color to be maybe a little brighter. Because I feel like Skeletor is a pretty nice bright color. I think. Yeah, because Trapjaw has majority of his colors, and then Skeletor has all his bright blue skin. So I probably would prefer, if she was a little bit brighter, from what I've seen of the images, but in due time, in person, it might probably look way better anyway. So what do I know for now? But this He-Man and Yeah, and this Battle Cat look great. They look amazing. Definitely need to do a pick of these two at some point. Even another little picture here. Nope. Helmet, bro. Oh my god. Excuse me. Man, I got a scratch there. Alright. Why is his feet doing that? Alright. Alright, bro. Work with me. Maybe I'll just keep them like this. I might just keep them on. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll put them. I'm just trying to get them in a good pose. He just looks a bit awkward. I'll have to keep working on him. But in any case, even if they're side by side, they look pretty good together. And Anthony says, I still think Dolph from 1987 movie, Master of the Universe, can play He-Man again. I mean, honestly, I would probably like to see him as like, what's his name? Who's He-Man's dad? Like, is that like King, like Ray Skull? I wouldn't mind seeing that. Like, if they did that, like, in the second movie or something. Or kind of like, as like a grand reveal. Kind of like, oh, by the way, the old He-Man is now like King Grayskull or something, because that would be pretty funny, and that would be pretty neat to see. But it'd definitely be like an old man, kind of like if they did like a grizzled version of that He-Man, or where you have Dolph playing a different universe He-Man, but where it's kind of like a Logan-esque, I can like imagine. Yeah, these hips do want to kind of go a bit, to be honest. They might need some shock oil or something. Maybe. Honestly, this kind of actually It kind of looks like this figure kind of like the actual like the likeness. It's kind of like a Hayden Christensen, weirdly, like Episode 3 of Star Wars, with the hair and the brow and everything. I know it's a different actor, but I'm kind of like, this is Anakin Skywalker, but He-Man. This looks like Anakin Skywalker. This looks like Hayden Christensen playing He-Man. But I know it's not. It still actually looks like the actual actor in the movie anyways. It looks like, it doesn't look just like him, but it looks like him enough. Even kind of better than these promo arts, technically. But he looks cool. Of course, on the promo art, it's a little different, but still. Looks great. Looks cool. Oh, yeah. These are great. Awesome figures. Awesome, awesome, awesome. They are insane. Immaculate. These are kind of like, I think, the best that Mattel has probably done when it comes to action figures, I think. For sure. I think like my first introduction of them like doing full on like amazing with action figures has been their WWE their Ultimates line. Oh, I really enjoy. I feel like that they just work so well for what they want to present and what they want to show off. It's kind of the only line that I really collect of WWE. I think it is just the only one. Well, besides one figure, but we'll show those in a bit, because first we're gonna get into our comparisons. Thank y'all for joining me for this review. It's just great being back doing this, and we're making great time, and it seems like the mic has been working, so I'm so happy that this is working. I really appreciate y'all coming through, chilling out with me, having conversation. We're talking about toys, we're yapping, we're doing our thing. So thank y'all for being with me on this little ride. Well, we'll get on to our comparisons now. Get with our, as we were talking about, I do have some Origins. So here is the Origins He-Man with the complete Master Sword, where it has him and Skeletor's parts there, so you can see how it kind of evolves from here. And this is actually the Prince Adam head I have on here, but I just preferred it that way. It felt a bit better there. And then here for another Origins, also another He-Man, have Prince Adam on the Sky Cycle. You can see there. Honestly, it looks pretty good. I think I could probably put that He-Man on that Sky Cycle and he would look pretty decent. He might look kind of small in it, or he might be actually too tall for it, honestly. But I'll try that out at some point. Cool seeing the original with the new versions, that we have going around. Then have this pairing where we have our Caveman He-Man from the I forget what this is called. It's not Origins, it's just like another articulated wave. It's not, I can't remember what they call this one. I think it's more based off of like the actual like the Netflix show. So it's like revival or something, or like reveal or relive or I got some kind. It's some kind of name like that. So we have Caveman, He-Man, and you have Orko. I just finally remembered his name, but Orko. From that, Orko actually looks pretty good here. I kind of like that. I might put Orca with this Karoo for now. I don't even know if I'm going to use this Caveman He-Man anymore because this was actually my stand for the Kazar. The Marvel Legends, the actual cave guy. So the fact that we have one now kind of puts this guy out of commission. So we'll see what to do here. But he's still a cool looking figure. I still like him. Just have to see like what to do with him now. Where is he gonna fit? Where is he gonna stay? Is he gonna give stuff to Kazar? Is Kazar gonna give stuff to him so they can be better figures together? But I don't know. Looks pretty good. Looks great. And next, going on to a couple of Mattel that I have. I don't have a ton of Mattel figures really at all. I'm trying to double make sure in my head because I did grab these kind of last second. But anything else that's Mattel that I know for sure. Playmates, that's NECA, that's Marvel, that's Hasbro, that's Jax, that's Jada, that's Figuarts, that's some other company, that's Hasbro, okay. I don't think I have very much other Mattel stuff. A lot of Bandai, a lot of Godzilla, NECA, yeah, mostly Legends, okay, Legends there, yeah, okay. So kind of our only representation of Mattel for right now, but bringing in some pro wrestling. Have at least, one of my favorite Ultimates right now, my only Macho Man, the NWO version. I love this Macho, just love Macho Man in general. And then have the Ultimate Warrior, also a bit kind of controversial as a personal person, but is a legend, is a staple of his era, even if he's not the greatest. I just love his look and design. Also gave him Marvel Legends hands because I thought that the smaller hands were more proportionate for him, but I'll have to look at the stuff again. But he looks great. They look all great together. It's kind of cool seeing these kind of figures, kind of seeing what's going on here and how this actually kind of feels like the same kind of thing going on here. So where you have your Chronicles and you have your Ultimates. Kind of like your best of your best action figures as close as they can get it. Especially realistic kind of more predictions or depictions, I should say. And then last comparisons, unless you all want to see anything, be sure to tell me. But we got Sergeant Slaughter here from the G.I. Joe Classified line, who actually lines up perfectly with the Ultimates anyway, so he's a part of my WWE kind of, or like my wrestling setup, because it's WCW too in there as well. So that's Sergeant Slaughter, looking pretty sweet, looking pretty good. And then also from G.I. Joe got Fiona the alligator, just to show a little animal variety. And then last one for a bit more animal variety, got Timber, Snake Eyes Wolf, also from Classified as well. So pretty cool, pretty good. Lots of cool potential here. Lots of fun, cool figures. I'm glad I picked this up. These are pretty great. I know not every aspect of them are perfect. I wish more specifically, like the kind of like the little paint apps here and there was a bit more kind of like done more. I wish the hips wouldn't be so like kind of like, not wishy-washy, but kind of loose on there. So if I could do any kind of pressure, I can just do that. Yeah, I would like it to have a little bit more resistance, and then moving that, it kind of like everything all gets all jumbled up. So then I have to kind of reset everything and make sure everything is lined up again. And try to get everything isn't all screwed up and where it can't stand for some reason. There we go. How did I just have it before? I don't know. But there it is. There's our Masters of the Universe Chronicles He-Man and Battle Cat from the new movie that just came out today, or technically, I guess, yesterday, if it's more like a premiere, I guess. But yeah. We're going to get everything out here again. Our little display show up. Dude, just dang. There you go. How about if I do, well, there they all go. Tumbling and rumbling. I just like felt the energy. It was just like, whoosh, knock over. It's like, okay. Thank you, toy gods. Screw with me yet again. Why can't y'all just stand normally? I'm just doing stuff. That's probably it. Cool. Pretty good there. And then I do want to see if I just do this. Fiona. Timber. You know what? I'm gonna grab one more animal companion. I'm gonna grab Super Dog from the Fonjoy. He's just sitting right there. An Orko. Of course, getting in the front there. Of course, I have all that, and then I can't even see them. The last thing, get the Macho Man, get Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah. And then we'll get Warrior. We'll get Slaughter. We'll get Sarge. Maybe I do just take out Super Dog again. Look at that. Look at this setup. But look at that. A great little roundup. So yeah. Thank y'all for joining me. What? Anything else I need to talk about? I guess I'll just plug. You know, like this video if you've enjoyed it. Hopefully, audio has been pretty good here. Hopefully, it hasn't been too bad on y'all. But in any case, thank y'all for joining me. Be sure like the video. Comment what you want to see here on that channel. I'd appreciate it. It's nice to be back again. Be back for real. So you guys can actually hear me instead of just see my dumb face or see my hand messing with toys and not being able to hear me. So hopefully it's been pretty good so far throughout this whole stream. So yeah, and also subscribe to the channel. It helps. That's the main thing. If anything, just do that. Just subscribe. The more subscribers, the better. The more people I can see, the more outreach we can get, the more we can add to the little community. Community. I'm intentionally messing it up. Sorry. I'm being ridiculous. But thank y'all for joining me. I shall see y'all next week. What's my... Do I even have a hint? Do I even remember what I'm doing next week? Not right now. So, we'll figure it out when we get there. New figures, always on the way. Hopefully, soon I'll be getting the Marvel Legends Secret Wars Daredevil and my High Toys Godzilla. GMK, specifically, version. Finally want to get those in my hands because they look so good, so hoping it's not going to be too much longer of a delay on those. I'm ready to get them. So, I shall see y'all in the next one. Well, hold on. Are you going to pick up the movie versions of Masters of the Universe 2026? He-Man, as in the Origins? Probably not. I have these ones, the Chronicles. But of the Origins, maybe if anything, maybe Spycore. But I don't think I need I don't think I need the He-Man because I got this one, and this is kind of like my mind's eye of what a figure of this version of He-Man would look like, and I think it's good enough for me because I got this He-Man. I got my classic He-Man. I'm kind of happy with that, personally. But thank you, Anthony. I appreciate the comment, and thank you for the 3 people who liked here on the thing. Anthony, our top fan of tonight at 75 XP, and Gabe also our other top fan of 75 XP. So thank you too for tuning in. Thank you to everyone else who did tune in and who liked and who enjoyed the stream. Y'all have a good Saturday. Oh yeah, probably gonna do a live stream next week. It's gonna be vertical because I did the live stream before this that y'all, majority of the people haven't seen, because that one's just going to be private. But for those who did see it and who were out there, look forward to that, because hopefully I can be able to do a little bit more, and then I can get more content out there for y'all, do something more, and maybe I'll save those even to the shorts. I just gotta do like actual like videos. Like that's like the thing I need to get back on for real, because y'all like those pretty much, and I'm ready to do a video again. It's been a while. Been craving, but I just have to get time. I have to kind of like commit to the bit, but we'll see how it goes. It's been a long time. But hope y'all have enjoyed. Thank you for joining me. See y'all next Friday. Have a good one. Be good people. Be cool. Do good. Be you. And goodbye.